Hi everyone, I'm Nadia, and in today's video I'm making a custom order set of knife rests with dried flowers. I've never made anything similar, so I thought it would be pretty interesting, and it's also an interesting concept. I'm using a mold that's actually meant for baking, but because it's silicone, it works perfectly well with resin as well. The customer preferred very natural looking flowers, so I'm going through my notebook where I've dried flowers and setting them aside to use later. She also wanted a lot of pinks, so I made sure to pick out all of the pink flowers that I had from my notebook. It's important that the flowers are dried and pressed. I'll be doing a thin layer and doing a top coat later where the top coat needs to cover all of the flowers. She also wanted some greenery, so I placed my leaves on the other side of my mold. Now I'm ready to start mixing in my resin, and I'll be using Honey Resin by Demolding, which is a hard resin. I generally use this resin for top coats, but it's also perfect for tabletops, so I figured this would be a great resin to use for knife rests. You can use my code SUMMERGIRL to save 10% on Demolding's website. I'll leave a link in my description. Then I start to pour into the molds, and I'll be pouring 16, and I do my best to make sure that there's an even amount in each mold, although since it's quite a small amount of resin, it's a bit tricky. And I use a silicone makeup brush to help spread the resin to the edges of the mold. And a torch gun to pop any air bubbles. And I move my torch gun very quickly so that I don't burn my resin or my silicone molds. Then I start adding in the leaves and the greenery since I want my flowers to be more in the front. I started off by using tweezers to move the leaves into the mold. However, I found using a very thin wooden stick dipped in resin to be a lot easier and faster to use. And I started adding in my flowers. I use my wooden stick to make slight adjustments to their placement. And here I am the next day demolding. With the leftover resin, I made a small heart trinket bowl, which I'm demolding. To get rid of any lifted edges, I'm using a deburring tool. I did that to every piece so that they would be more domed when I add on my top coat. Once I'm done, I mix in my part A and part B resin once more. And again, I'm using Honey Resin. Instead of using liquid latex to protect the bottom side, I decided to just very carefully pour a small amount of resin on top and with a silicone makeup brush, spread it to the edge. This part was a little difficult just because each piece kept on moving as I was spreading the resin with my brush, so I tried to use a wooden stick or hold them with my fingers to help them stay in place. Sorry for the mic change. I'm out of my workspace and I don't have my microphone, but I just wanted to add that this had to be one of the sweetest custom orders I've received so far. It was a Mother's Day gift to my client, which her daughter saved up to buy her, which is so sweet and thoughtful, and I know they'll be watching this video together. So I wanted to say hello and thank you. I hope you enjoy the video. And here's the final product. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, subscribe to see more videos like this in the future. Follow me on my Instagram, Summer Girl Designs, and my mom's Instagram, Wild Heart Resin Art.